First off, I want to congratulate Kai on his new partnership and congratulate the company on partnering with Kai. I think it'll be a great relationship. I also want to say that I've been incredibly impressed by Kai as a person and how hard he's worked in his training, and the people around him, his family, East West Private. They do an unbelievable job supporting him and providing the avenue that I think is going to be to a great professional future. When Kai was ruled that he was not going to be able to be in the 2021 draft, it was kind of a surprise to a lot of people. As his NBA agent, I had talks with several teams, and he was going to be drafted. Several teams said they were going to draft him. We don't know what spot yet because he hadn't gotten that far. It was still quite a ways to the draft, but obviously that's off the table at this point because he's not eligible for the 2021 draft. So we decided to look at obviously other opportunities for him. We did it very quietly. We did it very discreetly. We think that's the best way to do things. And after a pretty intensive negotiation with a lot of people, it was determined that the best spot for Kai Sotto to play next season is with the Adelaide 36ers of the Australian Basketball League. There were a lot of reasons for this. Number one, the Australian League is an outstanding league. All you have to do is look at the number of players that have gone from there to the NBA. Number two, this team, the 36ers, the management and the coaching staff is just the best I've ever seen. The head general manager, Jeff Van Groningen, is a brilliant orchestrator of team structure, and their head coach, Connor Henry, is a former NBA player. He brings that expertise, and they've made an unbelievable commitment toward not just working with Kai as a member of the team, but to getting him his own training regimen and diet, and it's going to be a fantastic situation. So as a side note, Kai was kind of happy that of all the places we were talking about, Australia was the closest to the Philippines. It was certainly a lot closer than Russia. So he was happy about that. But, I think it's going to be an outstanding opportunity for them. I know Jeff and Connor are going to be on this call in a couple minutes. I don't know if they're on yet, but I'd like to turn it back to our host, Jude, and have him introduce them for when they get on the call.
Thank you to everyone who's put this together. Couldn't be more excited to have Kai joining us. I had a really good conversation along with Jeff the other day with Kai. I got to know him a little bit. We explained our structure going forward in this, how we thought he would be an ideal fit for us. The people that we think will do a great job surrounding him and developing him and getting him ready for the NBA. We're excited also to get not only Kai here, but hopefully get his family and the people that represent him here to Adelaide to see what we're really trying to build here, which we think we have the structure in place to be an ideal landing spot for Kai and in his development. So Kai, if you're on this call and if you're watching this, hey dude, I hope you're good. Remember, call me. Let's start checking in with each other on a weekly basis. And from all of us at the 36ers, welcome to you. And we look forward to working with all of you.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Now let's hear from Jeff, who's now put on his video. There you go.
No problem at all. Thank you for having us. As you can see with Connor's setting in the background, it's the same as mine. We've both just jumped in our respective cars after a team meeting, which followed team practice over here in Australia, middle of the day. And we're really grateful for the invitation to be part of this call. But more specifically, we are incredibly humbled that we were approached by Joel Bell on behalf of Kai and his people to be part of this journey that Kai's on. As Joel said, the National Basketball League is a tough league. It's a very strong league. It's also an improving league. It's gone from being, we think, one of the top 10 leagues in the world, perhaps 10 years ago, to, I think, certainly in the top 5 leagues in the world now. We have a disproportionate amount of Australians based on our population, small population here of 26 million. Already 13 or 14 at last count that have made the NBA. And several players in the last couple of years have made the NBA when coming directly from our league. And that's about to be at least another one, we think, with the young player who's with us right now, Josh Giddey, who we think will go first round as well. And I think that when you look at that, when Connor and I discussed this chance to be part of Kai Sotto's journey, we really drew upon the fact that we've just been through many of these things with a young player, in terms of helping him develop, helping him get to where he wants to go. And every player is different. Every journey is different, but we learn from our experiences. And we believe from our discussions with Kai, from our discussions with Joel Bell, from a long-standing relationship that I've had with Joel, which has been a tremendous one, and Connor's understanding of the landscape, we are three gentlemen that were aligned in our thoughts about what this league could do, and more specifically what our team could do for Kai Sotto to develop. The young man is on the path. He has work to do. He's aware of the work that's ahead of him, but he's also a talented and gifted young guy that has the physical attributes as well as the interest in the game and the love for the game, and great people around him, and parents that, want him to do well, a father that played professionally, an agent that has represented many NBA players. When you start to add those ingredients together with what we believe we can give him here at Adelaide, with solid leadership, great coaching, a specific personal development coach that we are appointing to work with him, a strength and conditioning guy that comes out of our elite level sporting circles here in Australia, that's going to oversee his strength and conditioning, his diet, his nutrition, his build, as far as where he needs to go over the next few years. We just believe we have those pieces in place. There's only one thing remaining, and that's for Kai to arrive and for Kai to get to work. So we are grateful. We're humbled. We appreciate the faith that's been put in us. And what we're trying to do is set that stage so that what matters now is how hard the young man works, so that the coaches and Kai can do the rest. And I do want to add this. Unlike some other platforms, and I'm not critical of those platforms, but this is not an exhibition platform. It's not like an AAU setup, or even like a G League setup, perhaps, where there's certain gatherings of players that come together for a specific cause to try to get better, maybe in academy setting. Academy settings across the US are great. They fulfill a great purpose. But we're in the middle of a fight trying to make playoff basketball in one of the toughest leagues in the world. So our focus is on the team, and it's on him being part of an already established team. He'll have to work hard, and they'll work with him. But the enormous rewards that are there to be part of that real life, day-to-day team environment from a team that's trying to make the playoffs and win a championship over the next couple of years is what we think he's really going to rise to, and really going to be, a great part of for us. So thank you. And I appreciate it. I'll hand it back over to you guys.